BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. Okay, so next is from Matt here. Brad's wacky at Atlanta. I have a role-play question for Konnan and DI scenario. We live in an alternate universe and DI owns AAA wrestling. Konnan is champion, and DI has to get the strap off Konnan, losing it to the Hamburguesa. DI, what is the finish? Konnan, whatever the finish is, you refuse to do the job. What is your alternate plan, and what are your party words to AAA owner Discoteca Inferno? Thanks. That's from Brad Atlanta. Okay, so first of all, if I own AAA wrestling, all the Spanish wrestlers speak English now. So there's maybe like just a dozen guys on the roster that learn to speak English, okay? So Konnan is a champion, okay, because before I bought the company, he's a champion, so I got to get the belt off him immediately. Okay, and the finish is he's losing the title to Hamburguesa, and the finish is somebody throws a Five Guys burger in the ring, and Hamburguesa takes it and shoves it in Konnan's mouth and kicks him in the balls and pins him behind the referee's back. Now, I'm giving you that finish. All right, so you don't want to do that finish where Hamburguesa sticks the burger in your mouth and kicks you in the balls and pins you. So what's your alternate plan? What's your alternate finish?
Yeah, my alternate plan is to quit, tell you that you suck balls and you're limp dick non-happening motherfucker, and just walk out on you like I did in a couple places.
All right. I'd tell you go fuck off is what I would say.
I'd tell you to go with Adam DeMoy and sit on the porch and wait for Bigfoot to come by. That's what I would tell you.
What if James from Kentucky was there too? Next is from Dr. Funkenstein from Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, how come he doesn't do anything more Patreon? He used to have the party thing going on. Remember?
Yeah.
Why don't wrestling companies do more male-female entanglement storylines like we saw with Matt, Edge, and Lita? I can't remember the last time companies push these type drama storylines. Is Dom supposed to be the only one getting action and the rest of the locker room are a bunch of simps? You've got a woman having competitive bouts for the title that most of us do, quote-unquote, competitive bouts for the title that most of us don't care about. Meanwhile, their Twitters are all tits and ass pics to get millions of views. Am I the only one who feels this way? I think we'll see more of these storylines as wrestling moves past the woke era and following the success of the Dom Liv Rhea egg. Well, let me tell you the problem here, okay, is I don't even know if this is a problem, okay? But I wonder if all of these guys that are in the writer's room are all married, okay, are scared to write love stories for characters because they may be getting heat from their wives and stuff over anything. But bro, there's literally no logical reason that a roster that looks like that's physically, the women are physically attractive and so are the guys, that there's not a lot of interest in the other sex on the show.
Well, bro, when I went to WrestleMania,
yeah,
half of the wrestlers were dating other wrestlers. They're doing it already.
Maybe that's why they don't want to do these, is because they may get heat, like so-and-so's wrestling so-and-so. But I want this character to enter, like these, you have two couples. Like say, for instance, if this was real life and Dom and Liv were actually dating for real.
Right.
Okay, and that Charlotte Flair and Andrade were dating for real.
Right.
Okay, like they were married, okay? What if I want to do an angle where Dom is hitting on Charlotte Flair?
Right.
Well, I think Charlotte and Liv probably
right.
And you're thinking that's going to create a toxic maybe you think that like it would create a toxic locker room environment that because all of them are dating for real that we can't do any storylines with them because it'll fuck up the locker room. I mean, like seriously, right? I mean,
right.
There's that might be a thing, which is
no, and it can be interesting where like one of the wrestlers says, "Hey, did you see her talking to him?" While his girlfriend's on vacation, and, it's so many interesting ways you can go. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that hasn't happened, because I remember one time Santana and Ortiz were asking me, what can we do in AEW to get heat? I go, bro, just say sexist shit. And they're like, what? I go, girl walks by, nice ass. Excuse me? You heard me. You know what I'm saying? And the HR has to come and talk to him about shit like that. You know?
Hey, watch it. You can't.
Right,
Sorry.
right,
You know. Okay,
right.
but they are leaving a lot of creative on the table by not going down this road.
Yep.
Sometimes in life, if you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer, and the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Rough Greens. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Rough Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups, like mine, stay active and be healthy. And your pup could be next. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Just use promo code DISCO. That's RUFFGREENS.com. Promo code DISCO. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. That's a lot of good creative, too.
Yep.
Bro, one of the better angles I've had in the past was living in Rhea. That was like 3 months.
Right.
It's like, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know. It's like crazy.
Hey,
or maybe they're just shooting it. Maybe the talent is shooting it down.
That would be.
I don't want to do that.
When's the last time a couple's angle turned out well in wrestling? You know, it always seems.
Rhea and Liv.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it has a bad.
Well, that's the last one.
Yeah.
It was great. It's like, why did I do more? You know, like, yeah.
I don't mean turned out well on TV. I mean people's personal lives sometimes.
Who gives a shit? It's like your personal life is like, leave that shit at home.
I couldn't believe
you're a character. You're a television character. You're not the real person. You know, it's like if you can't perform, a scripted on a scripted show. You know, if you can't perform in a scripted show in your characters, like, what are you going to do?
That's how you make your living, bro.
Right.
I can't believe, and you guys were both gone from TNA at the time, I believe. I'm pretty sure Russo booked it. Was when Karen had left Kurt for Jeff Jarrett, and he put like a 6-month storyline around this, and they renewed their wedding vows with Kurt in the ring, and were making out, and his kids were Jeff was saying, your kids call me dad, and all this. It was really personal shit. I was like, God damn, Alex.
Bro, it was hysterical.
You know?
I was hearing on the internet about Jeff and Karen and stuff and everything, like the rumors. Yeah. I heard from people in the company it was on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. And Russo never got like the Observer, like the internet story. Wasn't like one of those guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Bro, I called Russo one day. I go Vince, because he was doing the creative over Jeff's house, right? Still, like him and Dutch and Jeff did go over Jeff's house, and I go Vince, is Jeff dating Karen Jarrett or Karen Angle? Bro, he was dead silent for like a good pause, like 5 to 6 seconds, right? And he's like, I don't know. I go, really? Okay. So then he like a couple weeks later, he calls me. It's like he's at Jeff's house, and Karen is coming down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
And Jeff had never told Vince that they were together, right?
He didn't tell anybody.
Well, because he thought that because it was on the internet and it was buzz, Jeff's thing was like, I just assumed everybody knew.
Yeah.
Okay. And the same thing with Dixie.
Yeah.
Like Dixie didn't really, but nobody knew for sure. But it was assumed that everybody knew because it's kind of like common knowledge. But the people, like the people in the brass, were never told specifically, yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they all kind of felt like they were like, like betrayed a little bit, because you didn't tell us. It's like, well, how could you not know? It's like everybody was like, oh, everything that was the tone.
I didn't know.
So yeah, so it's like, isn't that crazy? It's like, but now it's just like, so then when they found out, okay, let's make it. Jeff's an old school guy. Kurt was already, I think, seeing somebody else. So then it's like, okay, let's make some fucking money here.
Right.
And bro, they did a really good program.
They had great matches, dude.
They were working excellent
plus Karen
together,
is a great character.
Right, exactly. So it was like, they did what Tony Khan should have been doing all this time. You take real life situations and you 100%. Do really good TV off of it, you know? Like, yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.